And welcome into Extra Time, a weekly video podcast with Fox 4 and FC Naples, where we take you behind the scenes every week for the first season of professional soccer in Southwest Florida. I'm Fox 4's Ryan Kruger, your host every week, and we are talking about defense right now. This first place FC Naples team, they're the hardest team in the league to score against. We're going to find out why when we talk to head coach and sporting director Matt Poland. I'm also going to introduce you to one of the players that they've signed, kid from the Chicago area, coming down here, how he's liking Southwest Florida.
The discipline defensively, the organizational structure, what we asked of them, they did incredible, especially in the first half. We didn't really give anything at all until maybe the 80th minute or so. They created a few opportunities, but yeah, overall it was another great defensive performance from the guys.
We got a game this week. You're on the road again, going to Texoma. Similar situation, I guess, also with Portland. All three of you teams are in the same boat. You're all brand new teams this season. What do you know about Texoma?
Texoma's, they've had a couple games now, so we have a little bit of film to look at them. They scored an incredible goal to early on in the first couple, I think 3.5 minutes into their game this past weekend. Really good build-up play, really good movements off the ball. So it's a team that, we're going to have to be disciplined defensively, as always, and then really look to build efficiently with our possession to create some problems with them. Big question for us will kind of be how we can shift their defensive structure in possession of the ball to create some of those openings for us to exploit.
How is it that your team is off to such a hot start right now? Because you're seeing other teams that are in a similar position, they're struggling a little bit. It takes a little bit to get your feet wet. How is it that you guys have been able to get off to such a hot start and, you're in first place in the league right now?
With the new club, with the new team, with all new players, growth and development and creating that bond, it comes and goes in different waves of speed. So, if you saw in preseason, there were times where the progress was maybe slow in building that team chemistry. And then last couple weeks of preseason, we had some really good sessions together, really good buy-in as a team to what our objectives are. And obviously, once you have a little bit of success, that helps create that buy-in and create that belief and create that effort and focus, because obviously when you're winning, it makes things better. And so part of the continuation, I think, is just seeing the success on the field week in and week out helps motivate the guys to continue to grow on what we're asking them to.
I'm looking at your guys' schedule. It's a ton of games you got kind of coming up. You're really in a meaty part of the schedule. How is it that you're making sure everybody stays prepared?
Yeah, it's trying to maximize the minutes that we're on the field while keeping those minutes short, but trying to get the most out of it, trying to keep them off their feet as much as possible, trying to get them physically and mentally some breaks in there to get away from the field to kind of reset their bodies and their minds. And then just, being able to go to our bench and get minutes from them to share the load is important, so that we're hopefully resting guys and getting as many guys fresh as possible for everything.
It's pretty common to have, we've got a whole bunch of Chicago transplants down in Naples and Southwest Florida. They're usually, more retiree age, but you came as a young man. How you liking it so far?
So far, it's great. I mean, the weather is the best I've ever lived in, and the beaches are really nice. So off the field, can't really complain. The area is really nice.
Mm-hmm. How is it? Talk to us about your journey. So you went to Loyola, you graduated. Obviously, you wanted to extend your career, move into professional. How did that go? And when is it that you started talking with the folks here at FC Naples? And how was that whole process of going from college to transitioning to pro?
Well, personally, I knew this is what I always wanted to do after school. So in my own head, it was something that I always aimed for and strived for. And then in my final season, this past year, my head coach at school knew Matt. So then they got in contact there, and Matt watched me play over the season. And then we started talking a little bit once my season ended. And then, they brought me down here.
Talk to me about as a player, because, a decade ago, the USL League One didn't exist, so there's been this big expansion and the opportunities for you guys to have. Whereas probably a decade ago, your only option might have just been to go overseas, which is still certainly a possibility. But the fact that you had these options, how is it as a player to have all of these options available to you to where you can continue to play professionally in these different leagues?
I mean, it's amazing, and I think it's a testament to how much the game's grown in this country. I mean, you see the other night here, we're almost sold out, and Portland has fans traveling across the country. So, I mean, I think the game's growing, and with that, there's a higher demand. So I think it's great.
Yeah, more opportunities for you as well. Talk to us about you as a player. What's kind of your calling card when folks are watching you out on the pitch? What is it that you bring?
I think I bring a lot of intensity, and it's needed because I'm a defender, and I mean, I'm not the tallest guy on the field by any means. So I think there's a certain intensity and tenacity that I bring to the field.
Join us every week on Extra Time.